So we have, that's all right, isn't it? A bucket of water, a chopped off fizzy drink bottle. It has to be a fizzy drink because they have standardized threads for the closures around the world. So where the cap goes on, basically. And these are Clement Clark one-way mouthpieces. So there's many, many tens or hundreds of thousands of those already available. And air can only flow in and through them one way. So this one lets air in and this one lets air out. And then when you lift it up, it draws air into the system. And when you push it down, it pressurizes the air according to the differential height of the water and blows air out into the patient. And then you need something to
So how do you coordinate the expiration of the patient?
Sorry, Craig.
How do you coordinate the expiration patient?
You don't. They're sedated. This is for a tracheal tube. So it's not when they're sort of semi-conscious and breathing. This is to force the lungs open.
So this is literally pushing air in.
Yeah.
And sucking it out again? No?
No, their lungs passively react. So there's a tube that will go on here. That's got a special valve in it so that it can let their lungs passively relax to let the air out. Right. You don't want to breathe them back into it either.
No.
No. But the nice thing is the seal doesn't wear out because it's water.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. It's almost frictionless. Yeah. And it limits the pressure so you can't overpressure because you've only got the height of water as difference. So
that's pretty cool. How are you gonna manage sterilization or sterile?
We're gonna use beer instead of water. No.
Yeah.
no, seriously though. My mate's a microbiologist, and we're gonna probably put alcohol in the water daily, or however often is required to keep it sterile. The other thing that you could do, if you don't need to get oxygen in it, you can put a bag, a very thin collapsible bag, inside
on the side,
and that will just collapse with the pressure and expand. So then
amazing.
It's sealed, and we'll have a HEPA filter so it filters the air on the inlet.
So who invented it?
Dave.
Partly, no. There's a few people involved. So there's quite a big team actually. There's about 15 people, but there's various ideas going around. But we quite like the water one because it's got quite a few advantages.
Dave, I'm curious.
So are you? Is this part of the circle? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
How did it start? How did that group of people?
So I didn't start it at all. I got a call from an ex-colleague about 8 o'clock last night saying, can I help out? Do I want to be involved? And then our first meeting was 10 o'clock last night.
So who was that?
No, it was a Zoom meeting like this.
Sorry, who was that?
So there's a guy who used to work at PA, a guy called Adam Parrott, who I didn't really know. I sort of knew who he was at PA, but I didn't work with him. He's an electronics engineer. And then a woman called Elaine Gosling, although she got married, I can't remember what her new name is, who was also PA, who's gone down to work for Dyson. She's human factors. And those two had started it, and then, quite a few other people involved.
Okay. So do you think this is part of the thing that's happened recently with regards to Boris Johnson? And I know you probably can't talk much about it.
No. So Serge, it's all the whole idea is that it's open source, so there's no secrecy out. It's the opposite of having secrecy. The idea is that if we can develop something that can be made anywhere, not just in the UK, although UK is obviously what we're working for first, but anywhere in the world, we just share the design and try and use bits that are available around the world as far as possible, so anyone can make it.
Amazing. That's really amazing.
Bit of fun, but I had a late night last night.
Amazing. So what's your idea about moving the thing up and down?
There's lots of ideas, but it'll just be a simple cam.
Okay.
Actually, I can do this.
Desktop, Dave.
If you put a plunger in the bucket alongside it, you could use that to raise the water without having to move your thing with all the valves and tubes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can move the water relative to the Yeah.
Put a separate solid plunger in. It moves allows that to stay stationary.
Yeah. This is weird. This is not how it worked earlier. Hang on a
We
second.
can't see anything, Dave. So
We've got a whiteboard.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I had a drawing, but I don't know where it's gone now.
Okay.
I can see your pen.
Flip back to the normal view, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Nor do we.
There we go.
There you go. You're back.
Yeah, no, basically the easiest one is just a sinusoidal linkage cam drive thing, not a cam
Yeah.
driver, like a train wheel. So you just have a motor that just
crank.
turns on. A crank, that's the one.
What's the frequency of breathing? Oh,
You want to be able to vary it a bit, but probably of the order 20 to 35 cycles per minute of about 500 mil displacement and about 150, about 15 centimeters of water.
Amazing.
Craig's brain's going now.
I'll try to think
Yeah,
what
if you want,
speed
Craig, if you
actually,
go.
without having to do something, keep it simple. But it's very slow for obviously with a motor drive, you're going to have to.
Gear it down.
Yeah, well, there's not enough torque in them. The Cruzy do these tiny little synchronous gear motors linked off the mains, but they're quite big ratios, but they're not a lot of torque.
Okay. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know much about motors and drives, so there's another load of people doing that.
Yeah.
The idea is that we're trying to make it modular. So if we work on the pump, somebody else can work on the drive system and the motor and stuff like that, and then we can join it.
Anyway, boys and girls, I think that's a classic Thirsty Thursday down the pub. Stuff we talk about. I mean, it's genius. So I'm going to stop recording, and then hopefully this video can get.
We're recording, bloody hell.
Oh my word!
Yeah. So we'll put it out there. Let's see. Thanks for that, Craig. And Dave, genius. Thank you. Dave, say something so you come back on screen. People know who Dave is instead of seeing Craig's pecs.
It's a collective effort, very much, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but you're part of it. It's genius. So thank you, Craig.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
For those who don't know, Thirsty Thursday is all about us having a few drinks. And since we can't be down the pub tonight, we'll drinks over video. So yeah, good fun.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.